Yo, what the fuck's going on here on this windy Houston afternoon? Is it morning still?
It's so windy.
I think it's like halfway
I think
morning,
it's
afternoon.
Like 2 p.m.
It's like 2. And it's
Good, so I was
real
correct.
windy.
It is windy.
Yeah, just disclaimer, this is going to bother me the whole time.
Same here. I'll be like,
I was able to
work
it out. Right. Otherwise, I'd be in the same boat.
But I also feel like at some points I'll look like really like cinematic. Like the wind's just kind of blowing through my hair.
Majestic Chewbacca. Yeah.
Let's go with that.
All right. Well, guys, we're here with Nay. Can you believe it? I can't. Seriously. We met like way back at a First Class Creatives Boom event. I got to tag him, you know.
Of course.
It's just,
no, please.
Yeah, definitely helped me out a lot. But yeah, well, gosh, how long ago was I think I was checking recently, and I think it was in
like
August.
That was our first
which
event.
Is crazy because so much stuff has happened since then.
So much has happened
like
since then.
That was my first time using a flash for photography ever.
Really?
So now, like, I've been using a flash months since then, and like just completely
like a strobe light?
Yeah, that was my first time using one.
Wow.
I didn't use a strobe light till like 6 years into like starting to shoot.
Really?
Because I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, like
I feel
are they
like
new?
People don't talk. People don't really like say like, oh, I use a strobe. They say I use a flash, and I'm like, oh, like a flash on your camera. I'm like, that's like it's totally different.
I
thing.
didn't even know the difference. I'm like, why do these people have flashes off of their
like,
camera?
I'm like, what is the difference? What's going on?
Like,
what are strobes? I'm an outdoor natural light type of gal.
Oh
So.
yeah,
a flash is just like on your camera, right? And then a strobe is like a light. It's like a big flash, but you can place it anywhere.
Oh, okay.
To like give you different. So if I'm shooting you here, and it's the strobe can be over there, and I'm still shooting you.
Right.
I love
okay.
it.
So I do know what it is. I just never knew what it was.
I love a good strobe. Oh gosh, they really just build the mood. I think if I ever vlogged, lighting would be the number one thing, and it'd have to be different than everybody's. I was thinking about that last night.
I feel like you would do something really cool with that.
Woo! Yeah. Oh man, I wish. I'd love to get back. I tried vlogging like during high school and junior high, but I was like, okay, I'll just vlog every 2 days. I did it for 5 days. And they weren't bad, but it was just like, what can I do as junior high? So I'm like, hey, we went today to the park to play basketball.
Yeah.
Or
you
like,
can only do so much.
like I couldn't even drive at that point.
Right.
So videos
like,
were
I visited
boring.
my friend's house and we played video games.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's one of them. That's like episode 3.
Nice.
Like going to play Black Ops. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
What is your like content history look like? When did you get involved? Because you do photography, modeling, OF. Is good. Link in the description. Come on, seriously.
Let's not get demonetized today.
Yeah. How dare they if they demonetize that shit?
I know, right? But okay, so I started. I want to say, really, it started with Instagram around like 2014 is really when I started like posting on there.
Nice.
But then I started modeling like Instagram wise in 2017, 2018 with like local photographers.
Nice.
But I actually got into everything through photography because I used to just do self-portraits and stuff whenever I was younger. Like that was my whole thing. I was like, I want to be a model, but like I also want to take my own pictures. So I just kind of did both sides of it. And then from there, when I was around 18, I started a YouTube channel.
Hell yes.
Oh, God.
And this is what, at 18 years old?
At 18, I started mine up until like maybe 19, 20. And then like I was just not really consistent with it because YouTube is hard work. It's really hard.
And you're how old now?
I'm about to turn 23.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, so I did that for a little bit, and then it kind of like fell off because I just wasn't doing it. I didn't have time for it. I was working full time. Like it was just a lot.
Yeah.
Then I stopped. It's funny because actually last night I was showing my boyfriend my old videos.
Yeah.
Cringe fest. Really, like, don't go watch them. But
hey, link.
Link in bio though. Like, low key, I'm trying to get back into it.
You should. You should. I'm trying to like get everybody that has done YouTube in the past, like during high school, whatever. I'm just like, please do it now. Let's all do it together, and we can just help each other. Like, I mentioned last video, which if you're not aware, it's not even out yet, but we're doing this. I want to like get people around Houston who do content creation, like whether it be YouTube or whatever platform, and just we meet up every like 2 weeks and just talk numbers, analytics, algorithms, like what we've done and changed to make the content better and just help everybody out and grow as a collective. I feel like would be really fun. So you should definitely like. That would be fun.
I definitely really want to get back into it because YouTube is like. It's one of the best income sources for like content creators.
It is, and if you look at the way the market is now, and I've been like doing a lot of research because it's pretty much run by advertisers, I think more than ever, YouTube is getting ready for another
little
big kind of jump there. So look out for that. I feel like there's going to be a lot of great improvements to the platform itself versus because short form's on its way out.
Yeah,
I think. Pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but
I am against that, but I think it will come back. I think YouTube is coming back. Like, it's just it can never die. Like, it's literally our TV.
Yeah. What I think and what I'm projecting, because it's like, you know, with the rise of technology, you know, there could be like, virtual reality content can be the next thing, or what we're doing now is establishing different types of content to get people hooked, and then the advertisers will switch through. Oh, now we're gonna pump more into long form, get their brains trained for that. Oh, now we're pumping more into short form, and maybe go through these cycles every 5-6 years. Maybe.
I'm scared to see how like AI affects like content, because I saw the other day that you can like making videos out of just AI words. I'm like, how is that gonna, like, in like 10 years, how will that look?
It's scary.
That's scary shit.
I
have you guys ever seen the AI presidents?
Yes.
Those I love.
The AI presidents?
Yeah, they have like Trump, Obama, Biden, occasionally like Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Ben Shapiro, Kim Jong-un, Putin. Oh, like you name them. This is going to be a great short because I can tag each one of those names to stay relevant. But they just like play through video games or like rank Doritos bags.
Oh my God.
And it's hilarious because the people that write them actually like talk like they're them and like say things that they would say if they were like regular people, you know, so they're like making fun of
with
like,
AI though. Like funny. I've been seeing a bunch of like Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, SZA, like fighting like Twitter stands will make these edits with AI voices and they sound just like Ariana or like Billie, and then they'll just like argue with each other.
That's
to
hilarious.
See like who's the better like fan base.
Well, who wins?
So
who wins that one?
Most of the time, Nikki, you know, the Barbs.
Really?
The Barbs, like, yes, they're always.
Ooh, Cam's not gonna like that one.
Oh, what? What do you
Cam,
mean?
she loves Ariana.
Oh,
Cam.
okay.
Cam shit.
Oh, Cam. I thought you said Kim like Kardashian.
No, Kim.
Like, really?
She loves Ariana.
That's
I love
right.
Ariana too.
That's
but
right.
I also love Nikki.
I love. Oh boy, Ariana when she was on Victorious when I was a little kid.
Oh my gosh. Everybody loved Cat Valentine.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Do you know that in the first season of Victorious, she didn't have that voice. She didn't have that.
Really?
Whatever.
Yeah,
I don't think I noticed that.
In the first season, and then they're like, okay, we need to differentiate the character from the others. Let's give her this.
And then they did way too much with her.
Yeah.
Like the poor thing, like.
Now she like got stuck with it, like she's so used to it, kind of like Austin Butler with Elvis.
Uh-huh.
But did you ever see the pilot of Victorious?
I probably
like the
did,
first episode was crazy. Like everything looked so like Rex was like crazy looking. Like you need to go back and watch the pilot.
Go back and watch.
You'll be like, what the hell is
Really?
this? Like it doesn't even look like Victorious, and Cat sounds like normal. Like it's so different.
Yeah.
Please watch it.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, go check that out. Jesus. I wonder if I could. I don't know if I didn't put clips. I'm sorry. I don't know the like copyright laws with that shit.
Right.
Like, you know, it could get taken down. I don't want to risk it.
We were talking about different social media platforms, and then we just
How about your YouTube?
Starting. Oh God,
YouTube.
I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
wait,
I
no,
always
you're
just
fine,
go off on
please,
some
please.
shit.
You're good. Okay, wait. So your YouTube.
Yes.
How did you? You said you want to get back into it, but you started that when?
I started in 2018.
2018. And then what came after that? Because did you stick to it like a long time?
No, not really. So I did it only for a short period of time, and then like I was just too inconsistent with it, and then I gave up completely. And then I got into TikTok. That's when TikTok like it became like a thing, and then like I blew up only a little bit. Like I say blew up very lightly because TikTok is like it's easy to blow up on there.
Yeah.
Was it 2019 TikTok or 2020?
It was both.
I
think I started in 2019, and then 2019 is when I started.
Oh, that was the best era.
Yeah, it was really fun at that time. So I did that, and then I kept it going for a while, and then my TikTok blew up again in 2021 because I did this like swimsuit walk video, and then that just went crazy.
Hey, come on.
When walking videos would like blow up.
Yes, it was like a whole thing.
I have so many friends that are just like, that's their feed, and they love it.
Yeah.
I don't blame. They're just like, oh, like this is great.
Walking.
I call it pretty girl talk.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally, what am I doing other than just You know, like I'm just there. I'm existing and people love it, and I'm here for it too.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's what I don't understand too is when people like fucking make fun of that type of content.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
It does so good.
It does so good. And
it's and it's like it appeals to different people. I mean, because it's like the pretty girl talk, like. There's so many different people that it'll appeal to. There's the men, of course.
Yeah, they love it.
Unfortunately, you have straight talk that finds their way to my page. And then you have gay talk, you know, like you got the girls that come and they're like, oh, okay, like pretty women. Like that's my whole FYP is just hot girls. Like, and I'm not mad about it.
That's
and
great.
So it's like you have that, but then you also have like the beauty and fashion people and like they watch those things
and
too.
they appreciate the glam and everything.
So it's like, it's just you standing there, but it's also like, you know,
what
you
about,
got a target.
Do you have the those like old guys of TikTok?
You have the old guys. That's where the straight talk guys come
Oh
in.
yeah.
Like, they
honestly,
definitely make their way.
That's where the old guys like they boost the engagement because they're just commenting
really
random
do.
shit.
Yes. Oh my gosh, no, they're the worst. I used to go on live on TikTok all the time, and I had to stop because like they would just say the worst things ever.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I can't do this. Like to me, I'm used to it. I'm so used to people saying things all the time. But if it's like in a comment or whatever, I can ignore it and get past it. But if you're saying it to me while I'm on live,
it's different.
I'm like, I can't do it. That's just weird. Like I don't want to have to keep addressing it every time. So.
And then you ignore it, and they're like, "Why are you ignoring it?"
Or they just keep repeating it, and I'm like, okay, now I have to block you.
So do you go live on TikTok?
I used to, and then I stopped because of them like just being weird.
Really? Is that the reason you stopped TikTok as a whole? Is just because you're like,
I still go on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to also pick back up on that currently.
Right. Nice. Well, it'll also be here.
It'll be links. Just
go
check out
follow
all
that
the
shit
links.
for real.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, so then TikTok was really the last platform. Yeah. There was lots of Instagram going on, and then I have like all my Instagram accounts. I have way too many.
How many?
So I have my main one is my modeling one.
Nice.
Then I have a personal account, which is like my casual one.
I follow that one, I believe.
Yes, I love posting on that one, so I just post whatever I want.
It's great.
And then also like the main one has to be more professional, so you got to separate those two. Yeah. And then I have my photography business one, and then I have my pet account.
What's its name?
That one, it used to be Training Chungus. Now it's back to Mother Nature, spelled Nay.
Training Chungus.
Like yeah.
What type of animal is that?
So when it was Training Chungus, it was more cat-focused content.
Okay.
He was only a kitten. I started training him at about 2 months old, I want to say. So he was still so tiny. He does all types of tricks. He goes on walks. He's been like sponsored by this travel cat backpack brand.
What?
And they love him so much. They love him. Like
That's
I do
awesome.
travel cat summit things where it's like a Zoom call with a bunch of cat lovers and you just like teach them things.
I thought you were gonna say a Zoom call with like a bunch of cats.
No, well
like
that too. They literally introduce their cats and it's just it's awesome. But
that's
then
hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that.
But now I'm back to Mother Nature because unfortunately I don't have my cat anymore. But Mother Nature shows like tarantulas and snakes, and I used to have a bunch of bugs like millipedes and praying mantises.
You literally are Poison Ivy because I
literally
remember
am Mother Nature.
Like this. You did a cosplay right here. That is Poison Ivy, which you killed it. Like good shit. Especially being a DC fan myself, which I think the character is honestly better than Marvel. Just
way better.
Throwing that out there. Fight me in the comments. Come on now. Nightwing's badass. All the Robins are cool. Joker's awesome. Poison Ivy. You got everybody.
You got Harley. Like, you can't beat it.
Yeah. For Harley Quinn, are you kidding me? What do you think about the new Joker 2 movie?
I know.
There's a Joker 2?
So
yes. And Harley Quinn's being... Lady Gaga's playing
Wait,
Harley
I heard about that. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that.
Oh, really?
It's going to be a musical.
Okay.
It's going to be a
that's
musical.
Different. That's different. Now I'm a little bit more accepting of it.
Yeah, because I didn't want them to just do a sequel and have it be like the same sort of thing. So it being like, I'm not a fan of musicals. I don't really like musicals. I'm just
it'll be interesting,
but I'm also not a fan of like Queen because they're too theatrical for me. I'm not really into that stuff. But I can appreciate the art 110%. And the fact that it's different than what they already did with Joker is going to make me go watch it.
Wait, that's interesting. So the first movie, that wasn't a musical? So now they're making it.
They just had good-ass music in there.
That's interesting.
Is it going to be the same Joker?
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay.
Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. Okay. I can get with that. That's fun.
Joker. That was a
Lady Gaga's.
Yeah. That's nice.
She's very talented.
I love Lady Gaga. I still need to watch that other movie she's in. The
Fault in Our Stars or something.
No.
Boy,
no.
I
A Star is Born.
A Star is
what is
born.
I don't know what that is.
That's the one they're like, okay.
That's the old ass movie. That's Shannon. What's her name? Shannon. Shailene Woodley and
Ansel
Elgort.
Really?
That's an old movie.
No
I remember
idea
reading
what
that book and watching the movie like 4 times.
I love that movie.
I haven't read like a book.
That was such a high school thing.
Yeah, for sure. I remember that was
it was like a huge social media thing.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, with the blue book, and it's like, okay.
I don't recall. I don't really.
That's crazy.
I read probably maybe one book throughout my entire education, my school.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to spend time doing this. Because, I can't read. I can read, but if you, I can't pay attention. I am just all over the place.
This is why, y'all.
And
I didn't go to college for a reason.
Right.
I'm
not a book.
They're read this shit.
Yeah.
I saw one of my, junior, senior year STAR tests on my Snapchat memories the other day, and I'll put it up on screen. My handwriting sucks. My verbiage sucks. Everything's terrible. But it's because I didn't give up. I was doing it for a grade. I wasn't doing it for me.
I know.
Yeah.
I just pass that shit.
I only remember reading Pony Boy. What was that? The Outsiders.
Outsiders.
That game. And then we watched the movie after.
I remember when the whole class read it, and then I came and we watched the movie.
I love
that's what I enjoyed.
That was the only good
Pony
thing
Boy.
we read.
Wow.
Oh.
So but back to the whole Poison Ivy thing. That is because I love DC. That is just one thing you've done model-wise, and that was for what, cosplay for a Comic-Con thing?
That's another thing I like to do is just dress up. I love to dress up, and I guess cosplay would be the word for it. But when people think cosplay, they immediately think anime and that type of realm. Mine is more just dress up in general, any type of character.
I want to do a COD Zombies cosplay.
I don't know
what's that.
Call of Duty Zombies? Are you serious?
Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh yeah.
I thought you said the zombie.
I got
That's
so
what I heard
sad.
too.
Yeah.
That sounds like a. I don't know.
Because I built a lot of the props from the game in real life, just on my free time for fun. I built the perks and I built the barriers that go over the window. So then I've already done a shoot like this. I'll throw it up on screen. This is a while back before I had my lighting, before I had my new camera.
Wow.
And I put them against the window and had light shining through and then smoke and stuff, and it looked great.
Yeah,
we actually hotboxed the bathroom for it.
No.
I asked my parents, I'm like, hey, I'm going to need smoke in the bathroom. I only got so many to choose from. I want this smoke off of, rather than, I don't want it tobacco make me all dizzy. We tried that. Didn't work. Almost spewed all over the bathroom.
That's an interesting way to go about it.
Yeah, I didn't, because I'm I don't want to shoot, just blasted and blaze. So I had some friends come over to do it for me.
Where do you volunteer for these positions?
Oh my God, yeah. And I'm just y'all come over. I got, plenty bongs, joint, whatever. Y'all just use it here in the bathroom and let me know when I can come in and gosh. Ugh.
No way. I know.
It's back.
It's terrible.
It left us alone for a while.
Yeah.
I'm cooking this thing.
You're
But I'm y'all just come in and do your thing and we'll shoot.
That's crazy.
That's why I want to do cosplay again, because I think I can. And in fact, I'm not just doing it for the art of the picture, because I've never seen someone do it as well as what I have planned and what I've already done when it comes to COD Zombies. But Treyarch, which is the main company that makes those zombies games, reposts a lot of the fan art that people create.
And people love.
So I'm also viewing it like that, and how can I do it to the best of my ability to not only create some really beautiful imagery, but then have it out to the right places to where I can get, another level of exposure.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way I view that, and those are the possibilities I'm looking for. And do you think that when it comes to cosplay in general, especially wanting to do more, that you're looking at it in a way of not just, I'm going to dress up here, but something that's applicable to maybe getting more exposure through?
For sure. Yeah. One example that I have of it is whenever we did a Bratz photo shoot.
Yes.
That's I don't know if you would even consider, but that's what I mean. That's not really cosplay, but we're dressing up as characters. So at the end of the day, it's cosplay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Bratz is huge. It's so huge, and it only gets bigger because Bratz is what we grew up on, so it's they try to keep themselves trendy.
It's such an adult thing now.
It's such an adult thing, and then the thing is a bunch of brands collaborate with with because they want to be trendy too.
The Moana collab. Did you see that?
The what?
Moana. Is it? How do you say it?
Moana?
No.
It's no.
They're making a live action version.
No way. Y'all, I used to work as Moana. Wait, okay, that's a whole other. We're all over the place right now.
Dwayne the Johnson man, he's gonna be on there too.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think I've seen that. But no, the Moala X Bratz collab is so cool. I know a couple creators that do Bratz like cosplay.
Yeah.
My friend V, she's like so into them, and that just exposed me to like all these different
the different
things, like even not really Barbie but mainly Bratz.
Yeah,
that's cool though.
It's crazy. And like from that alone, us doing that shoot, well, one, TikTok loved it. That was that's also great, like a little video that had blown up. But also Velvet Caviar, which is like a phone case brand, they have a Bratz collection, and so they reached out to me and like
that's
so sick. In a way, yeah, like
that's insane.
Doing the cosplays can still lead you to other things.
Yeah. and with your, do you have an account just for cosplay? Or
no,
do you do that on
that
your
one, the cosplay kind of just goes into modeling.
Okay. Oh, cool. Do you get reached out by, photographers that only do cosplay?
I have had some, and then I've even had. It's funny because we're talking about the Poison Ivy. There's this guy who does Batman in Houston.
Like only?
Yes.
I have seen his account.
He's been wanting to work together, so I'm like, oh my god, we need to do that.
I went to a meetup once where I met like this Batman guy. He was like dressed up in Batman.
I wonder if it was the same person.
Please let me come and shoot some of that.
Yeah, we should plan it because he's been wanting to work together.
He looks so cool. Like, it's actually like. It doesn't look cheap. It looks expensive. Like he spent his
might
time
be the same person. I want to do Catwoman for that one.
Yes.
So if you're interested.
Yeah, that would be sick. That would be so cool. I wonder if we could like cosplay something like just funny. Like a Cabbage Patch doll or something.
Oh my god. There's this one girl, Snitchery. I don't know if y'all know her. She does like funny
really
cosplays.
Cool.
Like she'll do like Rick and Morty, but like make it sexy a little bit. Like it's like funny, but it's like still a little sexy.
That's
it's
insane.
Awesome.
She does really. She's like an OG. Like she was on Instagram for years and years and years. She's really good, and she makes it like not cool, but like she makes it so like cool to other people that aren't interested in cosplay. You just watch it, you're like, oh, this is so satisfying, or this.
She'll do the most random thing. She'll do like SpongeBob or like.
My favorite was the what was it called? Proud Family, the Proud Family, like the blue
family.
characters.
The blue guy, yes, I forgot what their name was, but yes.
And you know she always like does.
She kills it.
Halloween, she always eats Halloween.
Kills it.
I love her.
That's really cool. I wish there was more of like more collaborations between cosplayers and normal photographers.
Yeah.
Because what's cool is like I feel if I were shooting cosplay, the style would in which I shoot it would reflect more of what the cosplay is about. But a lot of the cosplay I see, it's like their cosplay is really good, and then just a normal photo.
It's just a normal photo.
Yeah. It's like, nah, man, let's get the lighting great. Let's get like that's the whole point. If they're
you have
going
to
out
set
with
the
suit,
mood and everything.
Exactly. You need to check out my friend Caleb. He makes like really cool photo shoots with like he did one with like Scooby-Doo. But like he's really good at editing. So he like makes like a whole scene and like adds like glow like magic like elements into it. It's such a cool like way to mix regular photography with more cosplay, like, and
kinda,
still
it becomes kind of creative photography.
And like fuse it together. But his work is so good.
I love that. My favorite one. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. No.
My favorite one that I've done is probably like I did Pennywise.
Oh yes, that is my favorite. Check these out. And that was Uriel that took those, right?
There was multiple. It was at an event. It was one of our Halloween events.
That was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I swear that is still to this day. I'm like, I just need to get better than those photos because like I don't know what to do. Like these are just so great. You gotta see it.
That's so cool.
I had way too much fun just like being crazy and
Did you order that costume online?
I got a bunch of different pieces.
Okay,
and then put them together.
Because it looks like
insane.
It was so crazy.
And what's the photographer who took those?
These were all different people. So this one, I think it was Jonathan. Yes, I will send you everything afterwards. And this was Jay. So there's just a bunch of different ones, but they were all so fun.
Insane. I love when people go all out for Halloween.
Yes.
Like,
you have to. If you don't, like, what's
it's
the
such a creative holiday.
Yes.
Like, as a photographer,
I don't really dress up anymore. What I do is I decorate the out of my front yard.
Nice.
I really like this year. What I'm doing is I'm doing it different than every other year because Halloween's like my favorite holiday. Let's be real.
Yes.
It's the coolest one too. Yeah, fuck you, Christmas. That's right. I haven't done Christmas like the past 2 years.
I don't support.
Well, dang.
I'm a bah humbug.
Okay, Scrooge.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, no, I like it. I like the movies, but Christmas to me is the weather.
Okay.
It's the way it feels and watching
everybody else. And you can't
everybody
really have
else
that
do
here.
Stuff.
Like, you can't have, like, a proper Christmas.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
it's, like, barely getting into fall time in December, really.
And, like, I'll watch Elf, and I'll call it a night.
To me, Halloween is such a mood. Like,
it's
the movies,
fall.
the fall. I love
it's the dress-ups for me.
It's great.
Halloween starts in August for me and ends in the end of November.
As soon as I go into fucking Home Depot and I see their decorations in there, it's time, baby. Like, Spirits opening. I am down. I love the animatronics. Like, I think those are really cool, just the art behind them. But I really want to decorate my house this year and make it look completely abandoned. I want to have boards over all the windows, caution tape, vines everywhere, yard isn't mowed.
Cool.
Me calling.
Yeah, fuck you, HOA. We'll see how you feel about that.
You're like, it's decorative.
Yeah, it is decorative. And then I'll do it year round so then no one
my
screws
goodness.
the house.
Right. And then I'm going to call the cops to check in.
Yeah.
Is he okay? He hasn't checked his mail in a few days.
So what's your favorite, like, account to use? Because you do cosplay on your main account for modeling, but you also have a personal, which I have a personal, I have a photography. I like to separate the two.
Exactly.
But what's your favorite account? Because it's like, I'm curious. My favorite is like, I think my personal, like, it's just like more carefree.
Yeah.
Because my art one, my photography, I use it occasionally to post, but I don't be on there too much.
Right.
What about you?
Oh, that's a tough one because they're all so different and I love them all for different reasons.
Yeah.
I would say the one that I enjoy using the most would be my personal as well. Just because, like you said, it's more carefree. Like, you can just kind of post whatever. Mine, like, my bio is like, welcome to my camera roll. Because it's basically whatever's in there, like, I'll just photo dump it. And, like, I just have a good time. Nice. And sometimes I'll try to make it aesthetic or whatever, but it's like, there's no pressure on it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, really whatever goes.
And what account does, like, the best, I guess, engagement-wise? Like, have you seen any for, like, the pet account? Did that ever pop off? Because I remember, like, OG Instagrams, there's so, like, Jif Palm and, like, Duck the Pug.
Oh my gosh,
like, all these pets were, like,
Instagram's
famous.
Algorithm loves animals.
I know, and I love them too.
They love animals. Like, it doesn't matter what your, like, timeline is, you're always gonna find pets in your reels.
No,
like,
literally,
right?
When
you
I'm
literally
done
can't
scrolling,
escape it. Like, it's always
like the dogs come up.
Have you seen that one of the little wiener dog? He's like dancing to the guy on the piano.
Gosh.
I follow so many wiener dog accounts, bro. It's
exactly.
I love them.
I would say that the pet account did have a lot of traction, even though, like, it's one of the ones with the least amount of followers, because I think it only has like maybe 900 or 800 followers or something.
That's so interesting, because like we were saying, it shows up in like explore pages and stuff. Was that like what got it?
So that's what happened, because I would post a lot of reels, like cat training videos, and people love that. It's like, when do you really ever see cats doing tricks?
Yeah.
So like those reels would just do really well, whereas like my main one, like my modeling one, like nobody cares about the reels on there. Like that's why I don't even bother with reels on there, because it's like nobody gives a shit.
That's crazy.
They do so bad.
I'm curious because you know, obviously you're doing, I guess, more reels, and like the algorithm works better with the pet account, but you know, you're talking about like wanting to get into YouTube again eventually. What do you think you would do?
Probably like lifestyle vlog-ish type of thing, because it's like I do so much stuff that it's like I can't niche down. Niching down is hard. So instead, I feel like for me it's best to just show my day-to-day, like, oh, here's me going on a shoot, and then like here's the pictures that I got afterwards, or like here's me taking pictures of a client, like just the process of things.
That would be good.
And
that
kind
would
of
be really
the behind
cool.
the scenes of my life.
I think I honestly nowadays having a niche is kind of like bad. Like it used to be a thing where like you had to find your niche to be able to grow, but now it's like I want to see a person's like variety in a person, like their personal life. If you're a photographer, or if you're an artist, like I want to see what you do on your day to day, so I can like connect with you more, because there's so many artists, but what's gonna make you like stand out between people? So like for YouTube, I think it's good to go in it with that mindset. Like if I were to do YouTube again, I don't enjoy doing like photography videos all the time. Like it gets like boring. But mixing stuff in like vlogs, if I do go to on a cool trip or something, it's still related to art, because I'm going to take photos, but you know, showing the in-betweens. I think people enjoy that so much. But,
that's why I think it would just be so fun again if like especially during this algorithmic time of a YouTube resurgence with the advertising stuff, like there's a lot of possibility. I think it would be so fun. I wish that like everyone in Houston, at least that we're all like in circles with, would like start to do it more, so then we could all just like hang out and do it. Because like growing up in high school, I'm sure with all of us, like we never had friends that we can do that with.
No.
And now it's like we can really like just go out and have fun and do it and help each other, and like I feel like that'd just be so great. Oh, that would be like, I'd be so happy, like literally.
Do y'all think like, I don't know, because I have interest in going back to YouTube as well.
Okay.
But like,
thank God.
Going into YouTube,
yeah,
would you rather see people's like day to day or like week to week? Because I feel like I would do like a week to week, since it's more like interesting. And honestly, not focus too much on the like making the editing super like how it used to be back then. Just like very regular clips, talking, like cute, like just like a nice video, to look at while you're eating or something. Not something that's like, oh my God, back in the day where like Emma Chamberlain days where it was so like poppy.
We were just talking about this last night when we were watching my videos, because like my editing was kind of like that. Like it was just chaotic.
No, me too.
It was chaos, and it was like sarcastic humor. Like my personality was weird. I was like, that's not really me.
Yeah, in a way, I feel like we had to do that.
Yeah,
because like all the popular YouTubers were doing it, and I remember like one of my first shoots was for this brand called, I don't even want to say the name, but for this brand, and Emma Chamberlain was on the trip, and I remember like the way they acted for the camera was really interesting. Like we talked about before, like putting on a character for the camera. I saw that they were like very cool, very chill, but when the camera turned on, they acted super like bubbly. Like Emma was super like
chaotic editing on YouTube has calmed down finally. Yes.
I love, one of my favorite creators nowadays is Monet McMichael. She's a TikToker, but she also does YouTube. Okay. And it's literally, I love her content. I met her one time at Fashion Week, like outside of a party, and I didn't know who she was because my friend introduced me. But now I'm like hooked onto her ever since.
Really?
She just makes like such chill content, kind of like if you're on FaceTime, but in a cinematic way, where she like incorporates like B-roll in between her talking points. And this type of editing, I know it's gonna stick. Like, go check her out. She's gonna stick to like what like set trend for what people should do on YouTube nowadays. Like the new Emma, because Emma nowadays, we were just talking about how she was so calm. Her podcast, she doesn't do YouTube anymore. She only does a podcast. No.
Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I tuned in.
Yeah, she only does podcasts on her bed.
Must be a reason.
And like she's more of a celebrity now for sure. Like she's a
fashion icon.
Yeah. So
it's crazy how far she's come from her scrunchy days. Now she's like in fashion shows and stuff. Sorry, I hope I didn't mess up.
And like hosting the Met Gala.
Yes, that's insane.
So cool. But yeah, like I'm excited for this new editing wave because it was crazy back then. Like
it was chaos. It was like you barely could have a chance to breathe, and it was like pop 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 pop.
And it was so inauthentic and to so many people, because it was like, unless you're Emma and you're like a pro at it, how are you gonna like we're all trying to replicate it to like blow up, but
it was
like
just silly. Like I was watching all my videos and just cringing because I'm like, what are you doing?
I know. Like, I can't look back.
It's one thing to which I like tried to do when I was younger, and I think like it's my ultimate end goal would to be able to get to a point to where I could like vlog, but they're like a month worth of vlog, probably like 2 episodes every week, would like build a story, and it would be like vlog style, but every room I go into, every like outdoor scene is super cinematic.
Okay.
Like I want it to look like an act, and like write a script for the entire like thing, and have it be some like, I don't know, like just some crazy thing. Like I would want to take it that next step and just like make it look visually better than any other piece of like filmed content out there. Like that'd be the goal, and that would just have to be like down the line if I could like outsource something. You know, I'd obviously have to outsource editing, and I don't know how to freaking work all the lighting, cameras, and all that. But I think having like a bunch of different types of content styles, but maybe like all the people are like interacting with each other as well would be very interesting, because then you get to see different perspectives of the same thing from completely different viewpoints.
Right.
For a lot of stuff. I feel like that'd be like
cool.
That'd be interesting.
So does that inspire you to like make more YouTube videos and like TikToks and stuff, like this new wave of creators?
For sure. I mean, and just in general, because it's like just seeing all the different ways that people go about creating content is already inspiring in itself. Because like you just told me about that, and I'm like, okay, well now I'm gonna have to look that up.
Like, please look her up. I love her.
Come to our analytical meeting whenever we decide to do that.
I literally will.
Because I want to talk all about the potential of like doing that stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, what we can do to stay ahead of the next curve in the wave.
For sure.
It's such a time where like you have to adapt to all the new social media platforms and the way of making content. But I don't know. I'm the type of person that like doesn't look too much into the like engagement or like analytics and like tries to like, you know, do like tips and stuff to help you grow. Cause I'm just like lazy. Honestly, I don't care too much.
That's me.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think even though we have to learn to adapt to things, I'm excited to like just have fun with it again. Like we need to have fun on social media again.
Dude, my ultimate goal is to like be like knowledgeable about all the analytical stuff and use it to my benefit, but while also keeping 100% creativity. Like that should not be diluted at all by the type of content that you make. So there is also, as I've heard, a different type of platform with content, with creative content that you are involved in. You have started a journey last November on
Am I breaking it or are you breaking it?
Link in the description. OnlyFans.
Oh my gosh, teeny panini who?
Yeah, like what's your journey with that? How did you start?
So I wanted to do it for a while, to be honest. Actually, okay, we're getting into the weird stuff for real.
Sounds good.
We're getting into the personal. A couple years ago, I started selling feet pics.
Okay,
I was one of those.
About doing that.
Yes.
How is it?
It was awesome, honestly.
Really?
It started on Twitter, and now it's like it's hard to get into that now because everybody thinks like, oh, let me just sell feet pics, and it's not that easy anymore.
Yeah.
And there's lots of scammers too.
Yeah.
Before
fake
like.
feet.
Yeah, fake feet. Well, no, but people who are like, oh yeah, I want to buy it, but they're really just trying to.
They don't pay.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. But before, like, you would just post it on Twitter, and then, like, they're like, they reach out, and then it was a whole thing, and then you get, like, clients, and then from there, I learned about, like, that whole community, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, because it's also something that it's, like, you have to respect it, and you have to respect your clients. Like, you can't shame them.
Yeah.
You know, because that's a whole, you can't. Oh, you like feet? Like, you're trying to sell your feet pics and you're trying to shame them? You can't do that.
That's shitty.
But it was definitely really fun. I didn't do it for long. I think I had made, like, maybe $500 or $600. And I had, like, some clients that would keep coming back. And then it got to the point where it was, like, it kind of got into Findom, which I don't know if y'all know what that is.
Findom?
Findom. So that's financial domination.
Oh, I have heard of this.
Yes, so that was guys that literally just like they just want to give you their money, and it's like they would just pay to speak to me. They would pay for my lunches. They would pay for me to go get my nails done. Like they just wanted some type of like acknowledgement from me, and they would just pay for it. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
What? Oh my god.
So that's how that realm started, and then like it stopped for 4 years because I got into a relationship, and then we broke up, and I was like. Now is the time to really make some money.
Where can I find any older women who would just want to pay for my stuff?
See, that's tough.
So if you're
that's harder now for guys.
It is harder, even in terms of like sugar babies. Like it's already hard in general sometimes for girls to get sugar daddies that are real, or that don't think that they're prostitutes. So like, but for sugar baby men, like that's even harder. I feel like.
I don't know. I've at the old folks' home. I've been living it up.
I mean, you never know. Some of them, dumb old ladies are like
Twitter.
Think you're the cutest.
What are y'all thoughts on Twitter being like the what's it called? PG.
I bring Alk to bingo night. That's why they all love me.
Please.
Bingo night.
No, but
they get hammered.
PG-13. What's the word like PG-13? Like when it's like 21 plus or something.
Like not safe for work? Or no.
I'll just say. Wait. Oh yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on like Twitter being the like nudity social media like platform? Like Instagram does not allow it.
I'm not on Twitter,
but Twitter is like only you can post anything on there, like, and it's perfect for OnlyFans creators.
Yes, I think they're actually linked.
Yeah. Oh,
they
really?
linked?
Something like that. Like Twitter and OnlyFans are linked. I don't.
Okay.
Whenever I sign in, it's like it's tied into Twitter.
I bet you they bought out OnlyFans, guaranteed.
That would make sense.
But a good move by them. My
and
God.
It's on Twitter. It's like apparently you can't put like your Instagram and stuff in your bio, but you can put OnlyFans.
Really?
Yeah,
and
it's like Instagram, a whole thing now.
If they see OnlyFans, they'll like block you.
Yeah.
Same with TikTok.
That's when do you think they had that merger? Was that during the Musk thing? Elon Musk buying Twitter?
It might have been. I'm not really sure like when all that started.
But yeah, like if you want to find a sugar mama, like Twitter.
No, for sure. Like you just go into those hashtags, like you will find it.
Sugar mamas on Twitter?
You would be surprised.
They're out there making the money that they're gonna give to me. They don't have time for Twitter.
They don't have time for Twitter.
What do you guys think about? I don't know if you saw recently, but there was an interview with Elon Musk and BBC talking about Twitter. And the guy's like, oh, like, what are you doing to protect people against all this hateful content? You know, I've been seeing a lot of hateful content. That's what the BBC reporter had asked the guy. And then Elon Musk asked him, he's like, name one hateful post. Name one. And he's like, oh, well, I don't really, he's like, name one. Can anybody name one hateful post? He's like, you're lying. You're straight up lying. I don't doubt that there's hateful content. And he even acknowledges that. He's like, look, yeah, there's stuff, but we're doing our best. And who decides? Who decides what's hateful? Who decides what's misinformation? Who decides?
Me.
Like me.
Yeah.
The people.
Well, that's what they said. They're like, you decide. He's like, that's not my job. That's not for me. Like there shouldn't really be someone like guiding all that stuff. What is you guys' opinions on that? Because that's like new. That's like a hot topic.
Elon Musk is doing a horrible job as like the CEO of Twitter.
Really?
Yes. Like, it's gone downhill for a lot of aspects of it, especially as like a creator on there, like not an OnlyFans, just a regular creator.
Yeah.
But for like OnlyFans creators, I feel like it's just like, I don't know. I've been hearing a lot of complaints
from creators,
okay, and regular users as well, and journalists.
I am
everyone.
I am not on Twitter, but from what I can see that Twitter is, like the entity that it makes itself, I probably disagree with you. I think he's hey, a
little disagreement.
No, but like, because I understand from the creator's perspective as well. Journalists, I don't really know about all that stuff, but I think that less guidelines on everything is just better. But that's the reason I'm behind it. But also at the same time, he also does silent stuff too. So like when he bought Twitter, like a bunch of people were freaking out.
I remember that
he
much.
brought Trump back on Twitter.
My thing was like seeing employees like quit because of him.
Yeah. He fired them.
Well, even worse. So like to me that was like a big thing. Like he's definitely not doing something right if they're quitting or they're leaving or people are like no longer working there.
See, I'm not for people losing jobs, but I think that the reason that they lost their job is sort of valid.
I feel like in a way like people like Trump should be censored because bitch, why are you on social media? Like why are you saying the things that you're saying?
At your
age.
At your age and in your position, like
that's the thing. Like his position. If it was like a regular old man, like bitch, I don't give a fuck. But you have so much influence on people, and you're like, your influence on people affects other people in the community.
I
so
think
that was my
especially
thing.
being Twitter. I don't think that there should be censoring of literally anybody, regardless of whatever they say. I think it's people's choice, especially with an entity such as Twitter that's so big and that everybody uses. I think it's up to the people to make the decision of what they follow versus a company telling you you can or can't listen to this person. Yeah. So like, do I agree with everything Trump says? Of course not. Like I don't think anybody does unless you're like super far in the sticks. But like, sticks. Right? But like, there's some stuff people say are like fake at the time and they get censored and then it turns out to be real and then it's like we should have taken that into question before. Like I don't think anything anybody says, unless you're literally like I'm gonna shoot like all this but like I don't think anybody.
Isn't that why he got banned? Like he like incited something.
They say he incited, but I don't think it's like actually legally proven that he incited. I think that's what they just like said to get him off.
I just think like that's my thing. Like again, if you don't, if you have that large of an influence, or you're like the president of a country, like
as a person, you should probably take a
dangerous.
different approach.
Yeah, it's like dangerous to say certain things. Which in that sense, I feel like it's okay to censor. But if it's just like a random person, who cares? Like you're only influencing your followers, not like the whole country. Like this is newsworthy.
FDR, right, was like the first to do that. Was it? No, not FDR.
Wait, what's FDR?
President. That's right.
Wow.
Not from here. Yeah, that's right.
Me neither.
Or maybe it was Kennedy. He had like a radio show, and that was like the first president directly to the people. And that's kind of like what they do Twitter now. So it's like the president gets to say exactly whatever they want straight to the people. So it's like, you know, I got to be behind that because that's transparency, or at least what they want to say from whatever administration is in control of whatever.
I think though, like social media provides like presidents a different sort of like I feel like they wouldn't say that on like TV where like, you know, you can make announcement as a president on TV if it's important enough, but on social media you just say shit and like I don't think they think about the repercussions.
It's never, here's the thing, it's never the president or any of these leaders who is actually typing those messages or saying any of that. It's never them, and people don't realize that. So when you're not censoring Trump, you're censoring that administration.
Really? I feel like his tweets sound like him.
Well, like of course they make it seem that way, but no president actually tweets.
I mean, maybe they have someone type it for him, but I think he says it.
Maybe.
Like
he's like, hey, write that down.
It would make
Draft
sense.
it.
Put that on Twitter.
No,
but yeah, I mean, but that's what people don't understand as well, and it's like, yeah, of course. Like, are you stupid? Of course, it's not them fucking saying shit. Like think about how media works in general, and then people's motives to use it for specific and certain reasons. So yeah, I don't.
Growing up, I thought like celebrities didn't use their social media because I was like, oh, they have like someone to post for them,
right?
But I guess they do. Like,
I feel like it's a mix of it.
Yeah,
because it's like there's sometimes that they will post themselves, but I feel like they also have social media managers that do it for
exactly.
them.
I remember,
like I would.
Yeah, I feel like it was an excuse back then. Like, oh, like that wasn't me. That was my management. Like, I didn't say that controversial thing.
Yeah,
and that's exactly the approach that they can take at that level. So why not have that extra protection? You know.
I guess. Wait, what do we do next? What's the next leeway? OnlyFans, more OnlyFans,
and then OnlyFans and then blue check verification.
Because we were talking about OnlyFans and Twitter, so go back to OnlyFans.
Okay.
So Donald Trump has his Twitter, OnlyFans. I wonder what that would look like. What do you think that would look like? I feel like
Donald Trump had an OnlyFans.
Do you remember that episode of SpongeBob where Mr. Krabs takes off his shell?
Oh no!
I feel like that's what it would
Oh no!
My gosh.
I want to put a picture of it right here.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
That would literally be him, except he would just take off his hair.
Yeah. Well, then he went like this at like one of his deals, and he's like, "It's all real."
Oh, it's
and
not
some
real.
lady comes up and he has a lady from the audience come up and touch his hair, and she's like, "I believe it's true. I believe it's real."
Sir, you know that thing's glued on. Come on now. What store did you buy it at?
Yeah.
You ain't fooling me.
Come sit in this wind with us.
Yeah, come sit in this wind. It's like.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but like Twitter, you started OnlyFans because of it, or like you started promoting on it?
No, I mean, I really probably should use my Twitter more for OnlyFans.
You don't use it?
No, I use it just for like shit posts. Like I just be tweeting. Like I just be tweeting. I'm very like, my Twitter is my diary. I post whatever I feel like on there. All my thoughts are on there. And that's when we can get into like the whole thing.
The what?
The whole abortion thing.
Oh yes. Oh, we live in Texas, in Houston, Texas.
We live in
Texas. There's a big deal going on here. Well, yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a huge deal. Are you kidding me?
It's a huge deal.
Like, where do I even look? I'm about to fire somebody up.
Save sex,
please.
Save sex, please, y'all. Basically, I mean, okay, we're in Texas. We all know that there's an abortion ban, and it's
if you haven't heard,
it started as like the whole 6 week. Like at 6 weeks, you could still get one. 6 weeks and earlier. But the thing is, like, women usually don't know until then.
Exactly, yeah.
And then now they have it completely banned. Like, not even 6 weeks. Not even if you've been... Uh-oh, did it stop?
No.
Okay. even if you're like a rape or incest victim, you still can't get an abortion
Which
here.
Is so fucked
it's
up,
so fucked up.
And I think, like, there's so many weird, because where does this law even stem from? It stems from
because of
pro-lifers.
Yes, because they're like, oh, at the end of the day, that's a human in you. Like, you can't end a life.
And I think this whole situation is very trippy, because it's like, I don't like that they call themselves pro-life, because I think everyone's pro-life.
It's like, pro-life, but it's like, okay, you want to bring a life into this world that was literally, like, the mother was raped, and you want to bring that child into this world. You don't even know she was, like, she was probably most likely not ready for that kid. She's not going to have the money for that kid, or, like, whatever the situation is, clearly, like, they're not trying to have this kid.
I'm very, like, I don't want to say I'm in the middle. I'm fully, like, I think it's a right, like, it should be. Everyone should be able to get an abortion. Do I think it's classified as murder? Well, I don't think there's a strict, when it's a human, when it doesn't become a human. Personally, probably, like, I say it is, should it be legal? Yeah. Like, I think there's people are, like, drawing too much of a fine line when it's like, all of this can be true.
Yeah.
But it really just comes down to, look, don't limit other people's bodies, man. Like, everyone can live
like,
themselves.
why are men speaking for women?
If you believe a certain way, then, like, you know, don't get one or whatever. But you should have no, like, say.
Well, and sometimes it's like,
it's weird.
They have, like, women have to terminate their pregnancy for their own health.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes they don't even want to, but, like, they have to. Otherwise, they're gonna die, or, like, they're gonna go through something traumatic, and it's like.
Yeah, or even if they want to, like, there's so many financial, like, situations that people can't bring a child into this world. And, like, some of like the videos that I see on, like, TikTok and stuff, they're like, when, like, pro-lifers are protesting, and then they get asked, like, oh, like, are you gonna adopt the child? And they're just silent because they don't know what to say. Like,
people don't understand how, like, the like, foster stuff is.
Exactly. Like, I feel like a lot of people that are pro-life kind of just talk without, like, experiencing it.
But I think, I mean, what's interesting to me is that the side that's fighting to put limits on it is the same side that's like, freedom for everybody, make your own choices, do whatever you want. I'm like, and what I also hate is when people bring in the gun topic with it, because it's like, these don't have anything to do with each other. Like,
well, they don't have anything to each other, but I feel like abortion is more focused on than gun control in Texas, which is why people are like,
because it's like their thing is like, you're allowed to have guns that can kill people, but God forbid you kill that fetus that's not even developed yet. Like, that's where it's like, what?
The attention on the topics is like crazy. Like, we're worrying about a materialistic thing versus, like, like, it's just, like, crazy because we're so pro guns here. And it's just, like, such a big focus that it's like an issue.
I want to buy a gun.
It's good for safety and
it's good
all
for
that.
Well, especially being here in, like, Houston's a nice place sometimes, but also it's like you always, like.
Oh yeah, we also live in Houston. So.
Yeah, like, I have friends that with camera gear, they got robbed at gunpoint in their car. Like,
no way.
There's stuff that happens.
For sure, yeah, guns are definitely good for safety.
Oh yeah.
And in different situations, but I think schools are, like, the main thing that's like an issue.
Say,
like, why are they in schools?
Don't bring a gun to school. Don't do that.
It's like that's a whole other thing, but it's just crazy. Texas has different like views than the rest of the world. I feel like we think we're our own country,
and
like,
I think we should be. I'm for the Texit. Come on.
No, not Texas. Like Brexit.
No, you know why though? There's three. I'm gonna go off here. 3 power grids in the U.S. East, West, and Texas. We have our own. We also have our biggest port, one of the biggest ports here in the United States, and a bunch of other stuff. We got crops. We got all seasons. We got mountains. We got canyons. We got beaches. We got everything. Like, we'd be really good here.
Texas should be its own thing, but like let us move out first, and then y'all can have it. You know what I mean?
Go for it.
Right, I'll take it all. Give me y'all's keys to y'all's house, and I'll settle in.
That's funny.
In this heat.
Oof. I miss nice weather.
No, but I like that we have different views on the whole, like. Well, not that completely different views on abortion. I don't think that's, like, I guess Twitter banning and all that, but it's great because people, like, gosh, I try and talk to some of my, like, friends and stuff about it, and they just shut down, or I'm the worst person in the world, or you're terrible. I can't even believe. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck?
You have an opinion.
Like this whole thing is about just being open and like learning how other people think and how this whole thing actually works. And
that's why I feel like I'm grateful to like kind of grow up on social media and be a creator, because you kind of learn like not everyone's gonna with what you do, even if like I'm making a video about something, not like giving flowers to strangers, someone's gonna not like that. And I've learned to understand that like everyone has different opinions. Like giving someone flowers can be the most horrible thing to someone.
That'd be weird.
And it's just like learning to cope with that as like being on social media. I think it kind of helps in that way. Right. Not that it's good, but it helps you understand.
It helps people who understand it, and doesn't help the people that don't. So like a lot of people, either they go down the rabbit holes of like either side, and then the other people who maybe agree or even slightly agree with something that they're opposed to are the worst person in the world, and they will never talk to them again. Really weird shit. I don't know why people are like doing that nowadays. So like everyone just needs to simmer down for a little bit and relax. If there's something that needs to change, we'll change it. And I think human good, if you look at history, it's kind of just, you know, it may not be in this lifetime, but everything's probably just gonna get better, hopefully.
We hope.
There's progress for sure. Like, I think,
and with each, like the thing which I don't think people think about is like with this abortion ban in Texas, everything gets worse before it gets better. So I think that give it 5-10 years and like everything will be fine again. You can get your abortion,
get your abortion.
Hopefully, come on down.
But like it's so not easy to get one. Like if you live in Texas, you
have to travel out, right?
I got one in like a week ago or something. Like I'm still going through it. But I was 6 weeks. Measured 6 weeks whenever I was getting it, and I did the pill method, so it's like there's the whole thing too, like there's different things. But I had to go all the way to Colorado, and luckily because I live in Texas, there's so many different funds that can help you. So like I didn't pay for any of it. So I saved probably like $1,800.
Okay, and how did you even find these? Like, where does this...
Research.
Okay, good.
Research. I researched and researched because, that was, like, my whole thing. Like, I couldn't even afford an abortion. Like, you think I can afford a child?
Yeah.
You know? So, like, after going back and forth, like, I spent a week crying over this baby that I had never even met. It hadn't even formed yet. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I can't do this. And then, like... I really got into like the logical side and was like, no, like you can't just bring a child into this world if you can't even provide for them. Like, why would you bring them into struggle? Anyways, so then I started looking up my resources and stuff, and there's like different funds that will cover different things. So I had one fund that covered like the ultrasound and they covered the procedure, and then I had another fund that covered the full travel and they coordinated it for you and everything.
Wow.
So it was nice.
So what I was gonna say is just, you know, I had never like known someone who had recently had an abortion, or even like had one. I don't like how you telling me, like, I don't know what to say. I know it's probably not congratulations. It's probably like, you know, like, oh, I'm proud of you for getting through that. It's a really tough thing to do. Like how, like, what do you expect?
I think it's like more like, I'm glad you're okay. Like,
or like if you need help, we're here to talk. Like,
I definitely think it's like you definitely want support after something like that and through it, because it's just so like some women can have it hard 'cause it's like they wanted that baby, or it's like some women are woo, like they're having a party, they're celebrating, like fuck that child, like fucking kids.
Which is, I mean, people do think like that. It's
so it's like it really depends on the person, but either way, like it is a process. And like even for me, like now I'm able to make jokes about it and stuff, but like while I was going through all of it, like it was hard and it was sad, and like you grieve and it's like you get anxiety and you're having all these pregnancy emotions, because that's another thing people don't talk about. Like you're so early on in the pregnancy, but you get so many symptoms. Like it's crazy.
Do you think I'm sorry if this is going maybe too deep.
You're good. I'm TMI queen too, so open book. I'll tell you anything and everything.
So, did you consider it a life? And if not, do other people's views of it potentially being a life make it harder for you? And do you necessarily blame them also for their views on that?
So at the beginning, I was definitely like I didn't know how to feel about the situation, because I definitely had baby fever for so many years, and I wanted to be a mom so bad. Like, that was my life's purpose for a while. And then finally, like, now I'm in my selfish years, and I'm like, I'm aware that, no, I need to focus on myself. So it's a little bit easier for me to disconnect from it. But that first week that I was like, that I had found out I was pregnant, like, I started getting attached. And I'm like, I can't be getting attached because, like, really, it's nothing yet. And so it didn't help that I went on TikTok, too. And I was, like, looking up, like, these pregnant ladies and stuff. And I was like, oh, no. So then one day I did the opposite. And I started just, like, educating myself on abortion and stuff. And there was this one lady that was reading about an article about, like, the Maya network or something. And they show you the different, like, developments, like, the different weeks. And it's literally just a little cluster of cells. So after I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm fine. Like, I will be okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, I don't suppose you're religious or anything.
No.
I'm not really either. But, but it's just so complicated.
It's so complicated. It's just a cluster of cells. The like argument that most people have is because at 6 weeks is when you technically can hear a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah, so that's when they're like, oh, heartstrings are pulled.
Yeah.
But really all that is, I think it's like electrical pulses that it reads on the ultrasound. So it's not even like a full functioning heart. I think. Nobody quote me on that. Honestly, I could be spreading a whole bunch of misinformation right now.
Well, hey, even if it's fake now, it could be real.
Somebody will yell at me in the comments anyway, and that's engagement. So I'm not mad.
Whatever.
But yeah, so it's not even like a full functioning heart, but people are like, oh my gosh, like this baby is so far along that it has a heartbeat and you're just going to kill it like that.
Yeah.
But so me personally, I didn't see it that way. I saw it as like a cluster of cells. I went to my ultrasound. Like the thing was literally so tiny. You could barely see it in the picture. Like, wow. It was so small.
Like, oh, that's just something on the lens. Don't worry about
it's just something like it literally just looked like a little.
Yeah.
So, but then the thing is like people who are further along, then that would be different. That's where like I kind of also changed my own mindset because I'm like, well, if you're that far along, you're showing already, like the baby is formed into a little fetus. I think, me personally, I don't think I could get an abortion.
Yeah, because a lot of people, they talk about, not getting abortions or getting abortions, but they don't talk about like, this is a whole mental thing too that people don't understand.
Oh my God, it's
not
a whole
like, battle. And I think a lot of it, we've gotten so saturated now within this argument of, women's rights and should you have the abortion, should you not, should it be banned, should it not, that I think it's turned into pro-abortion or pro-not-abortion when it should be like, safe sex, everybody, like, seriously, let's not even get into this in the first place. There's so many things you can do. And then for those rare instances that it does happen, then you have the information. But it's like, everyone just needs to be a lot safer, I think, because getting, like you're saying, like it's a lot of mental stuff. Getting into that situation, regardless of the choice you make, which is not right or wrong.
Right. And neither of the choices would have been easy. Cause it's like, oh, you decide to keep the child, then it's like you have the next 18 years to worry about. And then if you don't, then you have the stress of like the abortion and what you might hear after that and like how you're going to feel after that. Cause some women, like they become very depressed after having one.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a mental battle for sure.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess everyone will take it differently, regardless if they've had one or not, or if they're considering it, or if they're voting a certain way because of it. And at the end of the day, I really don't think I can blame anyone from any side of any part of this situation at all, besides maybe those people who are putting the limits on. But even when you get down to the nitty gritty, I can see why they're doing it. Yeah. And it's not that I like completely disagree with those parts of morality, but it's also like, we're preaching freedom here.
Right. Yeah,
you gotta have freedom.
I think it's hard. Religion for me is hard because I don't know if I'd call myself a Christian. Like I have a relationship with God. Like I grew up Christian, but I don't really like the church much.
Oh, I agree.
But like, regardless of that, like I don't think religion should have much of a say on like laws because it's like such a, even though yes I believe in God and I want other people to believe in God, I don't think my belief should affect someone else's to the point where like they're affected by it because that like that's a lot of like Texas and American laws like oh,
keep them separate.
God says no abortion, so no abortion. And it's like not everyone believes in God.
I mean,
and it's sad that if you agree, if you believe in it, someone doesn't, whatever. Yeah. But it's not your like life.
I mean, founding fathers said to put keep church and state separate, and now it's like
it's such an influence.
They're finding these loopholes.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, dude. I mean,
you can tell, like, it's there. It's legally, the loopholes, but you can tell why these people are so passionate about banning certain things.
Right.
It's hard though because you do see a lot of laws that have come into fruition strictly because of religion. Especially with Christianity, which is kind of, I guess, the only one I partly know, is like, a lot of their values are, like, don't commit murder, which is actually different than killing. So killing you can do, murder you can't. So interesting. Like animals, like hunting and stuff. Yeah. Or self-defense.
Thanks for the clarification.
Oh, murder is like humans.
Murder, bloody murder. Yeah, bloody murder is not good. But
no.
Wait, what is murder? Like, what's the difference?
What constitutes murder? I don't know. I didn't read the Bible.
Wait, it's a religious thing? It's a religious term?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think that's where it stemmed from. Like, there's a lot of do this, don't do this, do that, don't do that, which pretty much everybody agrees with, regardless of anything. So I can see how that has found its way into law because they just so happen to be like the same morals.
Yeah. I don't know if I agree with like killing. What is it called? Lethal injection, when someone like dies in jail and stuff. Like when you kill someone in jail.
Yeah, but that.
Dude, what is that called?
I have no idea.
Like a death sentence. Yeah,
death row.
Do y'all agree?
It should be a lot worse.
Oh,
electric chair.
Let's bring that shit back.
Yeah, it's like.
Oh wait, you're good.
Yeah, like I don't know how I feel about that yet because I don't know much about it, but it seems like. Like rough, I don't know, like
it's
a lot.
It's rough, but I feel like some people deserve it.
There was one guy.
I don't know.
Yes, I mean, if there's like a murderer, rapist, like whatever they are, like no, you
like some people
die.
But in my opinion,
they don't.
In my opinion, I don't think they should die. I think they should just serve time for the rest of their life. Like that's worse.
Isn't that what you were saying or no?
Wait, what?
So you're saying because you said death.
Yeah, I don't think someone should die like on death row. I think they should just serve time for the rest of their lives.
I think that's
to like really think about it and like you're never gonna get out.
Wait, so what is death row?
Death row is when like the crime is so bad that like they want to kill you.
Oh, so that actually still exists.
Yeah.
Why am I so uneducated?
But it's like, but in my opinion, like I don't think anyone should, even if you did the most horrendous thing, like. Serve your time. Like, no, it's not any better.
With that.
You know what I mean? I feel like it's worse because you're living and you're thinking about it for the rest of your life.
If you hear from the inmates, a lot of these who did do bad stuff, they're like, look, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to rot away. I know it's terrible. I know I deserve it. But please kill me. Please kill me.
Like if anything.
But I'm also like, we're not dealing at this point, like this human's in a cage and they're going to be for the rest of their life. We're not dealing with this human anymore. We're dealing with putting this soul into the next world to hopefully do something better. There's a reason, hopefully, that this had happened, and it's I'm not religious either, but I think that there's a conscience, like there's something. Yeah. And I think that after that you can't do that again. I mean, some people do when they get out, but it's because they're in the same world. Put them to the next world.
Put them in the next world. Put them in another body.
Like a lot of there's like cases where like people will be on death row and then they didn't do the crime. So that's why I don't agree with it, because I'm like, you're killing someone, they didn't even do it.
Yeah. But I think if these people are like, yes, I did it, kill me, I'm down.
But that they could just say that.
They're like, I'm done.
To what? To die?
No, like the people that are innocent, they could just be taking the guilt for someone else. You know what I mean?
I don't think
like that's a case. No, that's a case.
Really?
Yeah. So like, that's my opinion on it. I don't think it should be legal.
I definitely see your point. Yeah. I don't have enough information or like, I don't know how everybody's feeling. So OnlyFans, that is another entire platform that needs to be navigated, I believe, in a specific way. Very different than your other forms of social media. And you're doing it successfully. It's great. I noticed you plug it on your main modeling Instagram account. But for someone trying to get into OnlyFans, how the hell do you advertise for this sort of endeavor?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a great question. That's a great question. I say if you're brand new to it, it probably is best that you do start on Twitter.
Really?
Yes, but also using your Instagram stories, because that's how you were saying. That's kind of how I promote it the most, and that's really the only way I do.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my followers are like if I post something like a little bit like teasy, whatever, they're like, okay, I like that, I want to see more of it.
Yeah.
So then I just plug it in my story, and they're like, oh, okay, so I can go check it out there.
Is this like more of a long term or like short form? Are you trying to like secure a quick bag, or are you like actually wanting to become like a creator on OnlyFans?
I genuinely enjoy it a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And I make good money from it. Like, I'm able to live on my own now because of it. It literally pays my rent.
Congrats. That's just awesome.
Yeah. So it's really nice. It's good money. You have to genuinely like what you're doing so that you can create more content and keep doing it and find creative ways to do it, because otherwise you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again. So I would love to do it long term and just build and grow.
Yeah, that would be sick. What are your like, because I know like our generation, like we're all, we're fucking for this shit, like of course, like it's freaking cool.
Why not?
But like older generations kind of are like, oh my god, and like, you're silly. Like,
I'm gonna be honest, like my parents don't know, or maybe they do, and I just don't know.
Hopefully you're watching this podcast. Hello.
Hey, Dad. Like, he's hating it. No, they definitely don't know, but I'm also like, I'm a pretty open person, and I don't really care what people think. So even if my own parents are like, oh my god, like you're being a whore or something, I'm like, okay, but it's like, paying my bills, right?
Yeah.
So like,
you're like, damn right I am.
Right.
Jesus.
It was funny because I actually made a TikTok about that like 2 days ago, and it's like your friends ask you what you do for a living, and it's like, oh, I'm a whore, whatever. It was like a meme. It was a meme, but it was funny. I promise.
Oh, that's
But yeah, the older generation, like they just don't get it. They see it as like sex work and only that. They see it as porn.
Which
like,
I don't even know why people view sex work as bad. I get when girls are taking advantage of, and it's like pimping and all that shit.
Yeah, that's like
have you been down to
Bissonnette?
Yes. Yes, Bissonnette Street.
What's
down here in Houston.
It's
Bissonnette
like
Street in Houston, Texas. Bissonnette Street. If you're looking,
you promoting.
Yeah, you promoting.
I shouldn't give them an ad. I should not.
All the pimps are like, all right.
All right. We got a free sponsor.
Oh, no.
I even saw a cop down there, when I went. I'm not like down there often or anything.
Right.
Yeah. But it looked like they were picking up women too, which is not good.
Crazy.
That's like the whole point of the police is to not let that happen. And you know what they do? They strategically place all the prostitutes in the right place next to this Taco Bell. So that's not really like a top dollar
not
type
the
of
hidden
deal
gems.
Here.
You put people on.
Houston. I just like my question is too, like, what happened during Harvey, bro?
Who?
During Harvey, remember the whole hurricane that hit this entire city and flooded everything?
Really? When?
What?
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
okay. I'm not from Houston, but I think I know what you're talking about.
There was just a massive flood that
like
we
2016 or something?
Something like that.
Okay.
I have no concept of time.
2017.
Oh, wow. That's recent.
I remember Harvey.
He just had war flashbacks.
Right. I'm like...
No, you want to know what's even sad? Well, not sad in my case, but it's not even sad in general. I tried to make the best of the hurricane that I could. During, I live, very North Houston, where I was particularly, I'm in the highest part of my town, did not flood, but it only flooded just enough to turn all the normal parks into water parks. So me and my friends went down and were sliding all around on these slides, splashing into the water, having skimboarding everywhere, swimming.
Not in that dirty
having
water.
Having sleepovers, no school. Yeah, no, it was great for us. But no, I understand how terrible it was.
White
for
people have fun. They just be having fun.
They just be having fun. People are like, our houses are flooded.
They're like, we lost everything, and we're like, splashing around.
Splashing it.
But you got to make the best of a bad situation.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm really trying to do it there. I even filmed a video too.
Have you ever
this
kayaked?
Is how Harvey is affecting
in
us.
the flood?
And we're playing around at the park and stuff. What?
You should have gone kayaking.
In the flood.
Oh,
there were some people on floaties and shit going down. They're
That's
crazy.
Great.
Absolutely crazy.
Wait.
We're saying old people don't like sex work, and
then
we were talking about Bissonnette, but OnlyFans is not prostitution, y'all. I promise.
It is not at all.
Let's clear that up.
Let's clear that up first and foremost. And me too. Okay, let's get into that. The reason I even started in the first place is because one, naturally I like to take sexy pictures, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, for me, I see it as an art form, not just like, oh, here's my goodies and do with it like what you will. No, that's like, cool, for me, it was more of an art form. So even in my bio, it's like nudes, but make them aesthetic. So it's like, so it's not just like, oh my gosh, here's a booty pic in the mirror, pay me $20. No, like I put in, I have my little lights, like I do a whole thing. It is content creation.
It's just you showing more.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's
literally
the exact same thing.
It's literally the exact same thing. And like, it's also a business. Like, it's literally an LLC for me. And it's like, you have to grind just as much as any other creative platform.
Yeah. What do you see? Like, what are some tactics you take on that app that are different than Instagram or anything else?
I would say it's very similar. That one, I'm actually better at being consistent on there than I am with any other social media, but it's more because I have the pressure of like, this literally pays my bills. So like, I have to be on top of that stuff. I have to be consistent. Like, I have to put out new things.
How many followers do you think you have?
I don't have many, but it's enough. Like, so like right now I have probably like 35 subs, which is not a lot, but it's also monthly. Like if they're all paying like $10 a month, and easily that's already like, you know.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And that's just for like them subscribing. That's not including like the messages they have to pay for and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? Oh, and so with the content on there, like you can schedule your content.
Oh, wow.
And it makes it super easy. Like I just schedule things in advance, and I try to do like once a week I'll do this or like I'll do that. So it's like you kind of make your own little what works for you consistently.
Yeah, very optimized. I feel on that app, which is cool.
It's awesome. It makes it so easy to create.
I'm wondering because like I personally have never thought about buying someone's OnlyFans. Like, do you know who these people are?
A lot of them like to remain anonymous. There's people that I do know on there, and I don't think it's weird. Okay, it's a little weird. It's okay. The thing is, I'm a very open person. I just don't give a shit about a lot of things. I'm very casual about a lot of things that I probably shouldn't be, but I am. And so it's like, if you know me and you have it, cool. Like, did you enjoy it? You know, like
how do you like this part?
Right. Like, do you have any feedback? Like, I just take it really casually because, again, to me, at the end of the day, it's just another art form.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of them remain anonymous, and a lot of them like don't really care, or they know that I know, and it's whatever.
OnlyFans horror stories. Now, I know you would never talk bad about your audience, but we do know that there are some outliers every once in a while. Do you have anything there? Is there any like, hey, like someone recognizes you in public and like, hey,
I haven't had that.
I know you from fucking.
Oh my God, no.
I buy your feet pics.
That would be scary. That would be scary.
That would be wow.
I haven't had that happen yet. I mean, I've had like the people that I know, obviously, but I haven't had like one of the anonymous people.
Yeah.
That's scary, and I do worry for my safety a lot.
Jesus.
Horror stories though, like a lot of my subs are very respectful to me, and that's what I really like. Like they treat me like a person, and they like you know,
they get it. Like,
they get it. Like I literally had just told them like, oh, like I took a break. I'm not like inactive or anything, but like I've been going through a lot, so like, you know, like I haven't been putting out as much as I should, whatever. And they're like, oh, like that's chill. Like they don't care. Like they know that I'm there and I'm gonna be consistent, whatever. But it's like I'm still a person, and they'll respect that. Yeah. And if there's people who don't, then I'm like, you can leave or I can block you. Like I really don't care. The people who want to be there and respect me, they will, and the other people can go. So
that's cool.
That's good. No horror stuff.
No horror stuff. I have horror stuff in the sense of like in general, like people in my DMs, like men harassing me on a daily, like just in person.
Because I know your Instagram is very like, you are an Instagram model to the fullest. There you go. What's the like weird people like? Because you know there's some on there, and
you get a lot of them.
Really?
A lot of them. Like I could literally, I'll go through my DMs right now. There's probably something there.
Oh, this is gonna be exciting.
Oh man, it's like the craziest things. Like this one dude, I remember, like he literally wanted to suck the farts out my ass. Like,
oh
like,
my God.
It's like just random things. It's so random.
Have you ever bathwater commissions?
No. But I'm sure they would.
Thing. Farts out of the ass.
So many weird, like really weird things, or just like
weird,
disrespectful, or like they'll be like, okay, show holes. I'm like,
right.
They'll swipe up on my story and just be like, show holes. Show puss.
Like,
wow, how do you think that's okay to just swipe up on somebody's story and just be like?
People just think social media is like a gay, like they don't think there's someone else on the other
honestly,
side.
like sometimes do we take it too seriously?
No, they're being so serious. I wish I deleted everything because it just grosses me out every time. But it's just always something like they just. Hey, like, no.
Oh, God, Jesus. In front of everybody on Instagram comments.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And then you have, like, the in-person harassers.
Oh, no.
I've literally almost been kidnapped at Walmart.
You're kidding.
I'm so serious. Like, it was 2 men, too. Like, they tried to kidnap me. I'm not even joking.
Oh, my God.
And then this one time, I was harassed. I was leaving high school, and this dude, like, literally, he was, like, driving by, and then he was, like, doing gestures and stuff and, like, trying to talk to me. It was a whole mess.
Holy shit.
This one time I was at the gym. This guy literally would not let me leave. Like, he blocked his car, like, where I could not leave the parking lot. And then he followed me.
Yo.
And once I finally got to leave, he followed me. I was like, okay, cool.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so back on the gun topic, I need one.
Just about to say. I'm like,
I need one.
Flash that shit,
I literally need one so bad because I cannot do anything
Dude,
by myself.
For real.
It's scary.
Especially as a sex worker, like.
That's what I'm saying. It makes it even more scary now.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Protect yourself, Jesus, and help her afford to buy a gun. Go ahead and check the link.
Go
in the
check the
description.
link, please. Pay my rent.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, I think we should go ahead and probably wrap it up. We had a very lengthy and amazing conversation, covered so many topics.
So many.
Thank you so much, Nate.
Of course, thank you for having me.
So much coming on.
Thank you
This
for
has been long
having me.
awaited. We've shot together multiple times, and it's always the best fucking work.
I love it. You're literally so talented.
I hope so.
Like, I can always expect something different when I shoot with
thank
you. Yeah, no, it's
Hopefully.
exciting.
I started to shoot with you, Nate.
Yes,
we met recently, like maybe a month ago at a FCC event.
Yeah.
But it was really brief, so
yeah.
we talk
definitely
more.
need to. Yes.
Yeah, for real.
I'm down.
That'd be fun.
For
All
sure.
right. Well, thank you guys for watching so much. Oh my God, if you're watching this part right now, thank you so much. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart. Like, you actually are watching this right now, and I've made it. We've made it. You're here. You're listening to us talk. I hope you found something interesting.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, hit that bell.
Hit the bell. Hit the
bell.
like.
The ding dong.
Drop a comment.
Drop a comment. Come
New
on.
podcast every week or every other week.
Like every week and a half.
Bi-weekly.
We're gonna do it more power. Ugh.
Yeah.
Get it really going. I can't wait. We got a lot of great work in the plan, so get ready.
Yeah.
Jesus. But go check out all of our links in the description for everything. And
we'll see you next time.
Yeah, sounds
Bye.
good. Later.